Hello friends and family, our YouTube family, we hope you're doing well. This morning, well, we noticed it a couple days ago, Danielle did. I say we, but it was really Danielle. That Everly has, like, her soft spot's kind of swollen. You can kind of see, like, her head's kind of got like a little lump on the top. That's where her soft spot is, and it's kind of swollen. And we've looked online, and like everything says it could be that you should get it checked out. That's what it says. Not that it's super dangerous. I mean, it could be, but there's could be lots of things of what it is. We're taking her, or Danielle's gonna take her today to the doctor. That's what's gonna happen today. We're just gonna make sure she's okay and make sure there's nothing going on. So say some prayers for her. I don't know what they're gonna do, maybe tests or something. I don't know how you check her. I don't know how you know, like, oh no, that's just fine, or no, we gotta do some tests. I don't know. I don't know what you do. They'll know what to do. So, be in prayer for her if there are tests and things like that. Please, and thank you. Kids are acting crazy. Addie's all over the place today. She's non-stop. If anybody wants to take her home with them, let me know. Come and get her. Whenever she goes down for a nap, it's like peace in the house. The other kids are wild, but she's like the definition of disaster. What you need? You don't have to be scared, it's just a panda bear. Yeah. Let me see him. I won't do it. Here, you hold him. She's scarred for life. Okay, like I literally just walked away. I put the camera down and I was like done for the morning, but then I just picked it back up because I just walked away and Adeline was on the counter, on this counter here, got up there. Digging into chapstick. I'm like, why do you have to get into things that you're not supposed to get into? Like, why isn't it, we have lots of toys, you got stuff for Christmas, there's a TV show on. Why is it the things that you are not allowed to get into are the only things you want to get into? It's so hard. That's why you can't leave her alone. You can't walk away from her because she's gonna go find something she's not supposed to be doing. All right, look, this is what I'm talking about right here. Look, Addie, right here. We leave her for 2 seconds. She climbs up into the bunk bed and hits her face on the railing with Tyler. Show him your face. You see it? Yeah, owie. Don't touch it, don't touch it, don't touch it. So, trying to get clothes for kids. Get out the door. We're gonna take some of these kids to the Riches, which they are a blessing to us. They say they're moving. We can't let them move, and we're not gonna let them move. Yeah, they're not leaving.
Okay, so we are at the doctor now. I'm a little bit worried about Everly because Dr. wanted to see her today. She didn't want to wait, and so we're here. We're going in.
How you feeling? You feel okay? Hey.
So, last Wednesday? Last Wednesday, Everly fell off her bed. And she was fine. She didn't have any bruises or anything like that. She stopped crying like probably 15 seconds after I picked her up. And then I feel like it was maybe Friday, I noticed that her soft spot was like kind of swollen, but it was the middle of the night, so part of me was like, maybe I'm just like imagining it. I don't even remember. Like, I vaguely remember. Does that make sense? And I feel like the next day was when I was like looking at it. So it might have been Thursday night I noticed, and then Friday I was just kind of like, it didn't look like it was anymore. And she had a fever at some point over the weekend. I don't remember because I didn't take her temperature. I just remember thinking she is like burning up. Fast forward to yesterday, I was just looking at her, and maybe I'm just like looking at her extra now, like because I noticed the swollen. I don't know. But can you see it?
Yeah, you can see it right here. Yeah.
So she's got like this bump here, and it just looks like it's a little swollen. And I'm not an alarmist. Like if you guys have been watching our vlogs for the past year or 2 years, if you've been watching our vlogs for any amount of time, you know, like we pretty much bring the kids to the doctor for their well checks, and that's it. Like we never really come for sick visits. We never have to. When they get colds, like I'm not an alarmist. I'm not a run to the doctor, run to the doctor, run to the emergency room. Like I just don't do that. Knowing that this, that soft spot is obviously where her skull's not fused together yet, and it's like kind of layers of membrane and then the brain, and that it can be swollen from brain swelling. or from water and fluid retention and things like that that can put pressure on her brain, it can be really, really serious. So of course I'm like looking up just to say like, okay, Daniel, there's got to be like some sort of non-serious thing that it can be. I'm very much a believer in, if you hear hoof prints, think horses, not zebras. Basically to say, don't automatically think the most rare thing, you know, like, or extreme thing, but think there's got to be some sort of reasonable explanation. So I started looking, but literally everything that I saw about a bulging fontanelle was like medical emergency, medical emergency, medical emergency, meningitis, like what else? I don't know, just lots of scary things, and it was all saying go like to the ER. So I called last night and talked to our doctor. You know, she had me describe it and just describe Everly's state of being, which is pretty normal. She just said like she was comfortable waiting until today to be seen. It didn't seem like it was, you know, but she definitely wanted to see her today. So here we are.
You got a little cold going on.
Yeah.
What's going on with you, baby girl? But there is a little bit of fullness there.
And the one like the first night, it was all a blur. Like the last week of my life has been not sleeping and everything blurs together. It was more, oh no, not huge, not like a huge like big,
But a little bit more
more
convex than what it is now. Oh yeah, there is distinctively just a little bit of fullness there. Well, Pumpkin, we're gonna get some imaging done.
Okay. So our sweet doctor said that she's not worried about meningitis or anything like that, but she did notice that there is some extra fluid, it seems like, and she wants to start with an ultrasound to see if they can get a good picture of what's going on. If they can't, or if they do the ultrasound and they see things looking not normal, then we'll have to do a CAT scan. But basically it could just be hydrocephalus, which is like water built up in the brain, and they would have to shunt it out. What do you think?
What's a shunt?
It's like it's basically like they make a hole, like a, think about putting a straw into a cup or something to let the water drain out of it, you know?
So where do they do that?
Inside of it.
Like how?
Like probably through, I would imagine, like, I don't know where they would go through.
Okay.
And they would drain the fluid into her abdomen.
How do they do that?
John asked the wrong person. It would be a shunt that would stay in place, basically, so that the fluid would drain.
Oh, for like a period of time it would stay there? Like to make sure it's not building up?
I think so. Forever, I'm not really sure.
We'll have to see what they say.
You see that sign? Yeah, that's Ugly Mug. We are taking Ugly Muglies. We're taking Ugly Muglies to Becca and Kendall and her husband because they are watching our kids and we appreciate it so much. So we're going into order right now and then delivering. I just called them Ugly Muglies. Ugly Muglies. I said we're taking Ugly Muglies.
Alright, so we got all 55 kids home now. We picked them up from the Riches and from our friend Becca's. Kendall and Daniel were saying how sweet Addie was and how good she was and calm and just so quiet she was. And then once we got there, the real Addie showed up, and she was climbing all over stuff, grabbing stuff, running with it, grabbing ornaments off their trees. Yeah, she's a terror. Kendall kept saying how we always said Adeline was the hard one, and she was just like, what? That was not true. She's so easy. And then once we got there, she saw the real Addie. So it's me! The real Addie's here! And it's nap time, so I'm gonna go lay her down.
You guys, when we build a house, I am building a padded room for Addie. Because that's what she needs. Like 99% of her life needs to be spent in a padded room! She was playing with Everly. Everly's in her seat. And I was just gathering some things that needed to go up the steps. We're getting ready to put the kids in bed. It's bedtime, it's late, you know. And she is thinking just broke the glass top of my area diffuser. I'm so upset. $200 diffuser I got as a gift. And she just broke it. Don't ask why it was down low. It was there from Christmas morning. And she's left it alone. I had it down here for Christmas morning and she's left it alone. But I think she was playing with Addie with this hamster and I think she accidentally bumped into it. So I'm cleaning up some glass. Ev, what are we gonna do with her? What are we gonna do with her? You don't even know. Guys, it's been a long couple days. John is actually shooting a rehearsal dinner right now. I'm about to edit this vlog, or finish editing it and uploading it. But I just wanted to pop in and just share, I guess, some of my thoughts. And I just got the kids down. Elena and Jude are still awake, but I'm hoping that that was the last of them. What did you and Ev? It got really crazy right when John left. I was feeding the girls dinner. The 3 biggest girls didn't really want to eat a whole lot. Adeline dumped her food all over herself. So I was trying to get everybody up to bed, everybody in their jammies, and then Everly was crying. Adeline was in the bath because she had food all over her. I was getting Tyler tucked in, getting Elena and Jude tucked in and their diffusers going, and then Everly was screaming downstairs, buckled in her seat, and she was upset. So I came downstairs and the dog, I guess, had to go out, and I didn't hear him whining because of her, and then because I was trying to get the other kids in bed, and the bath was running up here with Addie, and anyway, it's just been a mess. So I'm ready to go to bed, and I gotta clean up dinner, and I still have some laundry to do, and take care of her, and then some work. I feel like I'm so busy right now, and that's like preventing me from really processing much. I have thought, you know, obviously we're taking things one step at a time with Ev, but it's a lot. It's kind of overwhelming just to think and just to know, like, to not know what exactly is going on. We've scheduled her ultrasound for Wednesday, so we have until Wednesday to wonder and worry and just not know. And then, yeah, I don't know. Obviously knowing, like, what it could be and knowing what's involved with that, and, you know, just talking about, like, needing a shunt, and she says it like it's not really a big deal, but that is a really big deal because it's a surgical procedure and it's still drilling a hole into her head, and I mean, that's a big deal. I know it's probably routine, they probably do it quite a lot, and it's like maybe common, but it doesn't mean that it's not major. Anytime, you know, you go under anesthesia is a big deal, especially such a small child. So it's a little terrifying. And I don't know, I just don't know what to think about all of it. Obviously I don't want to get ahead of myself. We want to kind of wait, and I don't want to worry. And the Bible says not to be anxious about anything, but in prayer and thanksgiving, put your requests before the Lord. And so that's what we're trying to do, is just let God know we trust him, and we're thankful for Everly, and we're thankful for God and all that he does to provide for our family, and how healthy he keeps our girls, and that we're trusting him in this, and that we would love for her to have completely normal results on Wednesday. So If you guys could just pray that with us over the next few days, we would really appreciate it, right? She's acting spunky as ever. Are you crazy? Are you wild and crazy? That's you. Oh. Hi. Okay, so I'm gonna go because I have quite a bit to do, and I'm all on my own here. John won't be home until probably 10 o'clock. Hopefully earlier than that, maybe 9:30. But what are you doing? But anyway, we love you guys, and we're so glad you're with us in this. I'm so glad that I have you to ask for prayer from, and just people that are there to be supportive and encouraging. And yeah. And if you've sent me a message about Young Living in the past like few days, just send it again, or send a reminder, or if you've been interested, because it's just been a crazy like couple of weeks. I kind of actually, okay, in December, if you had interest in Young Living in December, send me another message, because I kind of got really overwhelmed all at once with birthdays and Christmas and just everything, that I just turned everything off, and I was like, okay, I'm just crawling under a rock, because my introverted self can only handle so much extroversion, and before I just like need a break from it all. So I kind of took that break from everything in December, but I don't want to leave anyone hanging. I want to help you guys get started, because it's life-changing. So if you shot me a message and I hadn't responded yet, if you don't mind, just send me another one so I can connect with you. We are offering a few things out of our pocket for anyone who signs up before the new year. So it's a great way to start the new year on a health and wellness journey. So if you're interested in that, let me know, and I will tell you guys what we are doing to try to help people get started, and what we can do for you. And yeah, I just love it. I love it, mentoring. I'm also looking for 2 people who are interested in the business side of Young Living and the supplemental income or career or whatever you want from it, to mentor in that. So if that's you, send me an email too, or shoot me a message, because I'd love to get you started and mentor you through building a business with Young Living. Do we have anything else to say, Ev? No. What time is it, you guys? Just so you know, it's 7:41, so I'm gonna go through this vlog together.